What's up everybody, Super WX fan here. Today I'm finally doing another car review. This is the brand new 2013 Lexus ES350. They've completely restyled this car, as you can see. It's a huge improvement over the older version. You can see they've incorporated the new Lexus grille that they're using on all their cars. And I think it looks really good on this car with the LEDs that stay on whenever the car is driving. The front end on this is really clean, really nice looking, especially the chrome accents here and things like that. Just very nicely put together, especially with this color, this dark cherry red. I really like the way it looks in the front. All right, and then out back here, again, clean, simple. I mean, this is a Lexus, not a race car, so very elegant styling. With the nice LED rope taillights here. It also has this cool little rubber kind of plastic lip here, just to finish off the bottom of the rear bumper. I think it looks really nice. Nice little finishing piece instead of just dropping off, to have a nice little lip here. It has, the chrome finished exhaust tips that look really nice too. Overall, I mean, I can't complain. It looks really good. I mean, it's not going to set the world on fire with styling, but it's definitely, fits the Lexus mentality and the Lexus brand. I think it's a huge, improvement over the old car. All right, so on the interior of this car, it's really, really nice. It reminds me of, the LFA a little bit. They've taken some styling cues. The steering wheel looks a little bit similar. The way the dash and everything's set up. It's very nice. They always have the analog clock right here in the middle. Very nice, the way it's finished. The stitching for the dash and everything. I really like the way they have a nice big screen here. It's cut away kind of progressively, so it's not in your face. It's not standing out at you, but it's kind of recessed back nice and far, and they have this little joystick thing that you can use to select different things, as far as navigation, your infotainment, all that kind of stuff. As far as the rest of the car, I mean, it's pretty standard Lexus stuff that you would expect. Obviously they're not going to change things a whole lot from the way that they normally do things. It's all very logically thought out. I mean, it's easy to access everything. I mean, as far as the materials go, the plastic here for the center console is a little bit tougher than I would like. It's kind of a hard material, and if you compare that to something like a BMW where it's wrapped in a silky vinyl kind of feel, this hard plastic just gives it a little bit of a cheap feel, considering the leather seats are so soft and supple, and you have a nice little handrest here where the joystick is, and everything else is really nice. So to have this hard plastic piece right here in the middle is a little out of place for this car, because it's really nicely finished everywhere else. Everything else, every material, everything else feels really nice. Steering wheel is really nice. I mean, all the buttons are solid. I mean, this is all, there's no rattling, there's no gaps in any panels. I mean, everything is very, very well put together, and everything's solid, but it's still just, I wish that was a little bit softer, but that's really the only complaint. I mean, I'm kind of nitpicking here. This whole car is really nice. I mean, the gauge cluster is really nice with the electroluminescent gauges, so that it's very bright, and I don't know, these cars always have a certain feel about them. They're always very relaxing, very luxurious, and this one is no exception. This is the same thing. If you like Lexuses, you're going to love this car. All right, so let's take it for a drive and see how it goes. Alright, so I've been driving this car around for a little while now, and I'm really impressed with it. I've driven other Lexuses before, and this is consistent, again, with the way the other Lexuses have treated me. This is more refined than the previous ES, definitely way more refined than the previous ES. More refined, I think, than the previous GS, even. So that's a really big step up from the previous ES. And, yeah, I mean, there's just... It's a Lexus. It whisks you along. I mean, this is by far, out of all the import luxury brands, I still think Lexus is probably one of the best. So yeah, if you want a sporty, really aggressive luxury car, I would tell you to get something like a BMW or an Audi, or even a Mercedes is, I think, a little more aggressive in the way they're set up than this. The Lexus is definitely, I think, the softest one of the bunch, but that's no bad thing. I mean, it just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a luxury car that just coddles you in luxury and cruises along, and whenever you want to drive aggressively, it does okay, you know, this will fit you perfectly. I mean, the majority of car people out there that are buying a luxury car, they don't care about how many G's the BMW can pull. They're looking for a luxurious ride. And so for those people, this is your car. I mean, this is great. I mean, you get so many luxury features for the relatively low starting price of this car. I mean, this thing starts at $35,000, and this one with really nice options on it is only $41,000. I mean, if you were to load up the same options on a BMW or a Mercedes, I mean, you would be in the 50s easily. I mean, you can't even get a half-decent 3 Series for 41 grand. So to get an ES for 41,000, really nicely equipped, with nice sound system, all that kind of stuff, I mean, that's impressive. I mean, this is still the best value for your dollar, and I think it's still the most luxurious. It's the most, you know, quiet, refined. I mean, you get more wind noise in a BMW. The materials in this, I think, are a little bit nicer than the Mercedes. There's everything the way it is. It's just, Lexus puts together a very nice product. And so, you know, I know a lot of you guys are car enthusiasts, and so for car enthusiasts, this might not be, you know, the choice you would pick if you were buying a luxury car. But for the rest of the world, I'm sure this car is going to sell really well, because for those looking for a luxury car that's just luxurious and nothing more, this thing exceeds. I mean, this is a really good value for your money. I mean, as far as the handling dynamics, you know, it's not bad, you know. I mean, it has body roll, but it's well controlled. You know, the car doesn't feel big when you're driving it, so I have no problem staying in my lane. You know, I don't feel like I'm constantly paranoid or, you know, constantly peering out over the edges or anything like that. I mean, you can drive this car with confidence and not have to worry. I mean, it's a very nice car for the money. That's the thing that's just keeps shocking me, is the price of this car and just how little it costs and how much you get for the money. Other sporting things. I wish it had paddle shifters. I realized, again, this is a luxury car, but a lot of, you know, the standard luxury cars out there, the 3 Series and the, you know, C-Class and all those, they normally have paddle shifters on them, or at least it's an option. This car doesn't have them, but I'll forgive it because the steering wheel feels so nice. The driving feel, you know, the positioning of the steering wheel in your hands is really nice. You get a nice firm grasp on it. You're grasping this really soft padded leather. It just feels great to put your hands on and just cruising around. Buttons are within easy access on the steering wheel here, so I mean, everything, all your basic functions, you know, skipping tracks, volume control, hanging up the phone, you know, picking it up, voice command, all that kind of stuff is right here. Very easy to use. Really, I mean, I'm impressed with it. You know, as far as the 3-mode system this car has, it has Eco mode, Normal mode, and Sport. They really changed the car a lot more than I was expecting them to. Normally it'll just do a few minor things and you'll never even notice that it's doing anything, but with this car it's a huge difference. On top of it, recognizing your choice by illuminating the instrument cluster appropriately. If you have it in sport mode, it'll turn red. If you have it in normal mode, it's a nice hue of blue, like a moonlight color, and then you put it into eco mode, it turns green. And so it's it does a lot though. I mean, as far as throttle mapping, I mean, in normal mode, you know, the throttle response is decent. You know, it's responsive enough, again, for a luxury car. You can't judge this based on sporting cars or anything like that, but as a luxury car, it has really good throttle response. In sport mode, it's pretty sharp. You know, the transmission's still a little slow to kick down gears, but again, this is ES, so you can't forget what it is that we're reviewing here. When it's in eco mode, though, it was almost hilarious whenever I started using eco mode, because the throttle response is like almost non-existent. I mean, you have to, like, it's like you have to kick it or something. You kick the gas pedal to get it to do something when you're in eco mode. It's like just discourages all use of the throttle pedal in an attempt to, you know, save fuel and you know, give you the smoothest ride possible. But it's just way too unresponsive for me. I would go crazy if I was driving this car in eco mode. I mean, it's just totally disconnects you from the driving experience, I think. Everything else, though, I mean, this car just, it feels really great. The brakes are, you know, I mean, this is a brand new car, basically. It has 8,000 miles, but, you know, the brakes are very, very responsive. Pedal travel is minimal, which I like. You're looking for a family car or something like that, this is awesome. I mean, you have tons and tons of legroom back there. Again, for $35,000 base price, the legroom you get back there is more than double you would get in a 3 Series. I mean, it's just enormous back there. I mean, I feel like I'm driving a 7 Series almost with the way the legroom is back there. I mean, they really did a good job of increasing all the dimensions. I mean, I have lots and lots of elbow room. I mean, I can do the chicken in here and not bang my elbows against the door. I mean, it's just, there's lots of room. You feel very spacious, but then again, like I said, the car doesn't feel big, so you can drive down the road and not be paranoid you're driving some massive car, and you're just, it's really the best of both worlds. The view out is great. The windows are nice and large, so you have excellent visibility combined with the blind spot monitors and all the, you know, technology. Has a backup camera in this car and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, you have excellent visibility. And it also lends to a very airy atmosphere in here because of that. You know, especially this car has the tan leather interior, so everything's very bright. It doesn't feel drab or boring. It's very elegant. You have this massive moonroof that is really nice too. And I mean, I just opened that up and now you can see how much more sunlight it lets in. I mean, this is a very airy car, and it's very quiet too, as you can tell. I mean, this is whisper quiet. I can start whispering to you and you can hear me fine. It's just, it's really, I haven't ridden in a car this quiet in a while. I've driven, you know, I reviewed the Mercedes C-Class recently, and you can watch that video if you haven't already. This car is way quieter than that, but I expected that. I mean, everything about this car is just really, really refined. It's really impressive what they did with this car. I mean, it's so good that, I mean, unless you want a sporty GS, I would be content with this instead of upgrading to the GS. Unless you want a bigger trunk, I mean, this trunk isn't huge. I mean, it's decent, you know, but unless you want bigger trunk, or you want just a longer, bigger car for whatever reason, then, you know, I would say go ahead and go for the GS. But I think this is just perfect the way it is. You have plenty of legroom back there, more than you would ever want unless you're an executive that wants a Maybach or something. I mean, this is fine. And I mean, everything in this car, just, I don't know why you would want to spend more money. I mean, this is great as it is. You know, and I've driven lots and lots of luxury cars, so I mean, this isn't something I'm saying lightly. It really is impressive how much you get for your dollar. So yeah, guys, that's basically about it for the Lexus. I mean, like I said, this is really a huge leap up from the previous ES. This is an excellent value for your money. Excellent. If you're looking for a luxury car, this is about as good of a value as it gets. I mean, BMWs, Mercedes, Audis, they all get really pricey really quick once you even look at the options list. This thing, you can load it up with some nice options, still in a reasonable price range. I mean, the interior room is amazing. Everything, like I said, this is really an impressive car. You know, if you're in the market for something luxury-wise, I would definitely suggest checking out the new ES. It's really a nice car. So yeah, let me know what you think about the review. If you have any comments, if you own one or if you've driven one, what do you think about the car, the way it drives, the way it is? Let me know what you think. I'm anxious to hear your thoughts. And yeah, take care, guys. I'll see you next time.